So welcome to tonight's show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is NRL from the Sidelines. And as we do it every time this week, we're going to talk about the round of NRL that's just been played and, gentlemen, a few other things that are going to come up as well.
Oh, yeah.
But how are you tonight?
Oh, I'm sick as a dog. Oh, but I'm pumped.
Well,
I'm pumped for tomorrow night.
Why aren't you wearing a bag over your head? Or a mask or something?
Oh,
no, a bag over your head would be better.
Got to see my beautiful face, mate.
I'm getting fleas.
Yeah. I'd get flea treatment if I were you. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they're harsh to me, these two.
Harsh to you.
Just normal.
Yes. All right, gentlemen. Before we do other things, we are going to talk about the last week's round. We had four games last weekend.
Yep. 4 miserly games.
4 miserly games. And the first one was on Thursday night where the Sharks, and let's just say they demolished the Storm 28-6.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row the Storm have been ordinary.
Mm.
And something happened in that game. Would one of you like to talk about that?
I don't want to defame anyone.
Yeah, I don't want you to defame.
I don't think I can talk about the incident without defaming.
Well, I think everybody knows Brandon Smith made a derogatory, or much more than a derogatory comment towards the ref, and was put in the bin, which is surprising. I thought he should probably have been sent off or something like that. And he's actually before the judiciary now. So
where do you think they came from? Melbourne haven't been playing well the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
They weren't really playing well this game. I get this game. I get the frustration that they were feeling. But as Craig Bellamy said, and you alluded to earlier in the press conference, that was probably the best set that they'd played. And they were 20 metres, 25 metres out from the Cronulla line.
Yep. You wonder what prompted that?
Yeah.
So see, he might have thought he got a raw deal somewhere earlier in the game, and he was just stewing
he thought
on
that tackle was a raw deal,
right?
Because they were lying all over him. But you know what? That wasn't the first or the last time that both sides were lying all over.
Yeah, and it's rich, isn't it, that the Storm would complain about lying all over people.
Yeah. So I've got to say, people were raving about the Sharks, but I think the Storm were that bad. They just made the Sharks look good. I mean, the Sharks look good.
Yeah. Look, there were a lot of missed tackles, particularly on the line, that led to tries. Yeah.
But the Storm were really feeling it without Munster.
And Grant.
And
They had no go forward from dummy half.
Yeah.
So, that's been their key for the last, I don't know.
But then he's been coming on the second half, hasn't he? He hasn't been starting the game.
Yeah, but it's been their game plan. Like they've had Cameron Smith, who made meters out of dummy half and was the consummate game controller.
So are we starting to see the demise of the Storm?
Oh, we can only hope so. Death ride the
Sally,
buggers.
don't listen to that. I like the Storm still. I think that I don't think they're going to.
I like your thinking, Brian.
Oh dear.
Oh, that wasn't even rehearsed.
You sit next to somebody for long enough, and unfortunately,
it wasn't rehearsed,
still got my
but
hair.
you two in stereo. All right, let's move on to the Rabbitohs 40 to... What, you want to...
No. I was just... I will... No. We'll talk about this game.
Okay. Rabbitohs 40 defeated the Knights 28. There was a period where the Knights went out to a 16-6 lead mid first half.
I know. I thought I had that in the bag with my tips then.
You picked against South,
I
didn't
did
you?
pick against South.
I did tell you last weekend, don't pick against South.
Look, the Knights were at home. They were at full strength minus Ponga. And the Bunnies just had so many players out.
I know.
So many players out.
But see, Knights had Ponga out, they had Saifidi out, and they had Gagai out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And South had about 7 or 8 out as well. But, yeah.
Latrell, other than the grubby things he did, played an excellent game.
I didn't even notice a grubby thing.
Of course you didn't. And you never will. But yeah, look, he was at his niggling best, and I think when you've got a player like Latrell in the team, so I mean, I guess it's the same with all the really good big fullbacks. You have to mark him, and so that just left a space, and they kept going to Latrell and getting the ball out.
And he's good. I mean, and it would appear if he's been back 2 weeks, and Cody Walker has been. Consequently, a lot better.
Well, it's taken the pressure off him. Not every play has to go through Cody Walker.
That's right.
But the thing that amazed me about that game more than the Bunnies were just how slow the Knights were.
Yeah.
That the intercept that Cody Walker took was the perfect example.
Yeah.
The Knights had exactly the right plan, exactly the right play, They just did it so slowly.
Yeah. And had he not taken that, they would have scored because they had so many players.
I don't think so. I still think they had him covered. I think it was as safe as eggs. It was the safest intercept I've ever seen.
I got to say, towards the end when Clemmer started getting his eyes locked onto a few players, and he was standing up to
Clemmer goes a bit nuts. I like it when he goes crazy.
It would have been interesting to see Keon and him go at it because I tell you what,
they're not allowed to now.
No, I know, but I tell you what, I think Keon would have given him a few.
Well, I reckon he would have got a few back too.
What did you think of Latrell's hit on Dominic Young?
Oh, it was nothing. It was a love tap. Seriously, it was a love tap.
I don't think he intended to hit him there, but he did hit him fair and square.
He hit him in the head, but he didn't hit him hard. Yeah. He brushed his head.
But there were two more incidents of tackle the man, pick up the jersey,
throw him
on the ground. One from Cody, one from Latrell.
That happens every game.
No, it doesn't. It only happens by Rabbitohs players.
Steve, watch every game this week and tell me any other player that does
it.
They
don't do
because
it.
Because it happens every game.
Do not. You'll save the video.
You know what?
Yeah. It'll be short.
Send me a message because it won't happen. Yeah.
It will. But no, look, seriously, and I was glad to see Young go off for the HIA because honestly, there's too many players who are staying down, and you know we could argue to a black and blue about whether he actually hit him hard or not. But too many players stay down because they get tapped in the head, and I think it's fair. You stay down, you go off.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think he got a legitimate
head there. I don't think there was.
No, I think look, it should have been a penalty play on, but he stayed down, so he tried to milk it. So you've got to go off.
That's right. All right, let's move on from that one, and we're going to go to the Eels, 28 defeating the Tigers 20.
Yeah, it was only at the end.
Yeah, I thought. Well, the Tigers were leading at one stage, and I thought they were going to come back and get them.
Yeah, I would have been happy to be wrong on this one.
Yeah,
so would I.
I don't know what to say. I'm not allowed to say anything because it might be negative towards Mitchell Moses, and we've got some people out there.
Yes.
I have been attacked personally.
But you have also been asked, and politely, if you would show a bit of love towards Mitchell Moses.
He kicked 4 out of 5. That was really good. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
I want you to acknowledge that he's a pretty good halfback.
Yeah, he just needs to do it more often.
He is a pretty good halfback.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that he's a pretty good halfback. I'm not.
I think you are.
No, Mitchell Moses is a pretty good halfback. There you go. On record, Mitchell Moses is a pretty good halfback.
You wait till he's well, he won't remember that.
Not at all.
No, it's only because he's doped up that he...
Yeah, look, the West Tigers, they needed to go on with it in that game because they showed some really good signs. I think Brooks was hot and cold again.
Brooks was terrible. You know, that I was going to say, I know... Look, Parramatta. I know the Parramatta fans out there are saying, "Oh, look, you know, we're back on track. Oh, we had a great win. Oh, Mitchell Moses was fantastic." Blah. They beat last place. They scored 3 of their tries, or around about the time of the 10-minute sin binning, which was a joke of a sin bin, by the way.
It was.
And it was against last place. And you know what? What was so disappointing is the Tigers. There were times there when. So there were a couple of incidents. So I think Dane Laurie's a great fullback.
Yep.
He would be a star in most teams.
Yep.
He's trying to do it all on his own. There's no support from his halves. There's no one. He's not following anyone because no one's offloading.
Yep.
There are a couple of times when they got into the in goal. The Tigers player picked it up and went to run back onto the field of play. There's 2 Parramatta players there. He's held upright, and the other Tigers players just go, "Oh, tackled." I'm just going, there's no urgency.
No,
it is the most disjointed, horrible team at the moment.
When Tedesco was there, he did the same thing. He'd think, right, nothing's happening here. I have to make it happen.
Yeah.
And he'd hog the ball,
Yeah.
But
he's wearing young Teddy's old jersey.
Yeah, but these have got there's Adam Dewey, Jackson Hastings, Luke Brooks, David Nofaluma. Like, there's blokes there who can play.
What do you feel about Sheens becoming the coach?
I think it's a terribly out of touch idea, to be honest.
It's a desperate move, isn't it?
It is a desperate move. And don't get me wrong, Tim Sheens is one of the greats. He's up there. Tim Sheen's in my mind is up there with Bob Fulton as the best coaches of all time.
Yep.
So for him to come back now, you're right. It's a desperate move. I don't understand what the plan is.
But then is he better than anything on offer at the moment?
Oh, you'd have. Well, they're talking about bringing Benji Marshall and Robbie Farron.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Like, where's your apprenticeship?
Yeah.
You know, they're going after assistant coaches. Well, you know, just bite the bullet. Noddy's there.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Noddy was their pathways coach. Was their pathways leader. You know what? He knows the kids, and look at the kids that have come on since Noddy's been there. They're actually doing really well.
Yeah.
Like he knows these guys. So you know what? Put the broom through the place. Give Noddy the keys to the castle. Say, mate, you've got 3 years. What we want to do is be competitive in 2 of those years.
Yep.
And let them go.
Yeah.
Far out. They're a basket case.
All right. But Parramatta? You want to say any more about Parramatta?
I said Mitchell Moses is an adequate kicker.
All right, let's go.
That's a dilution of what you said first.
Okay, Broncos 32 defeated the Dragons 18. And I've got to say, the Broncos had a few players out. The Dragons had 1. And I'm surprised by this score. I honestly thought that...
They had 20 minutes
Broncos,
with 12 players.
So
13 against 12.
they were terrible.
The Dragons.
The Dragons were terrible. This is why I don't pick the Dragons. I picked them. This is why I don't pick them.
Well, I hope they're terrible next week too.
Oh my goodness, they were woeful. I don't know. They're their own worst enemy. I don't understand what they're doing. Their halves. Well, obviously their halves are inexperienced, but no game management. No urgency.
It just goes to show how much Hunt does in that team.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is I keep hearing during the week, the Broncos got Staggs early ball and and Staggs was their best player.
Yeah.
So okay, if we know that is what their game plan is for the Broncos, and we know what a damaging player Staggs is, mate, isn't that your go-to?
Yeah.
Like why just do it occasionally? You know, twice earlier in the year now we'll just throw him the ball and he'll score. That second try, I think it was, when he did the left-right step and threw Sully off, that was sensational. Right. That's a one-off player.
We could talk about Sims being going to the bin twice, but I'd actually like to save that for a little bit later.
Okay.
I have a rant.
Oh, Steve has a rant.
I have a rant.
I think Cody Ramsey's really stepped up to the plate as fullback. I think he's playing really well at fullback.
Yeah, he's quite impressive.
Yeah. He's in that sort of second or third tier, but I just think he's really sort of starting to make that position his own, and he's been impressive. You know, His high ball, he's really good. Yeah, good on him.
Agree.
Okay, which one of you'd like to do the ladder?
Ooh.
Your turn.
Panthers 32, untouchable minor premiers.
Yep. Agreed.
Cowboys 26,
Who would have picked that?
likely finishing second.
Agreed.
Then we have the Storm and the Sharks 24, Bronx 22, Parramatta 22. There's your top 6. No danger at all of those teams missing, I don't think.
I said that 2 weeks ago and you both shouted me down.
I'm shouting you down. I'm backing you now.
Oh, good. So when the race is almost won, you put the money on it. Good on you.
Bunnies in 7th, 20 points. We have a new team in the 8, Steve. Are you worried? Are you worried, Steve? Are you worried?
Not at all. I've seen your next few games. Not at all.
Manly, Dragons, Roosters, Raiders, Knights. That's just terrible, isn't it? The Knights are gone, by the way. They're most unlikely to make it. And then we have the bottom 4. Warriors on 12 points, Dogs on 10, and the Titans and the Dragons on
Okay,
a
gentlemen,
lowly
very
8.
quickly.
Titans and the Tigers.
What did I say?
You said Dragons.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping.
Okay, very quickly. Seagulls round out the 8.
Yep.
Dragons on the same points, then 2 points behind them are the Raiders. So can we say from the Knights up, the Knights down, they can't make the 8?
Correct.
So they're gone.
Yep.
So we're now down to 8, 9, 10, 11 teams that can make the 8.
Correct.
Yep.
Estimate who it's going to be. Do you think the Raiders will make it?
No, I think Manly will make it.
Do you think Manly will make it?
I think I've looked at a draw. It's actually pretty easy.
Are you thinking the 8 now is the way it's going to be?
I'm hoping that Souths drop out and the Raiders finish 8th.
Why?
Because he doesn't like either.
Because he doesn't want to wear the South jersey. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm also hoping that Parramatta go on a big losing streak, but we won't talk about that.
Well, I was hoping Parramatta would lose last week to get South up there. Anyway, all right. Gentlemen,
Steve.
I have a rant.
Ooh,
Look
yes.
behind you.
Wait.
It's my turn.
Yep.
And I want to talk about Sims's binnings, but I don't know what you want. I don't want to talk about. I want to talk about the first one, the
one...
late hit.
Ooh, yeah.
It was not late.
No.
So what I want to do is I want to ask the NRL to now come up with a rule that says a halfback or a 5'8" can only take 5 steps. They're not allowed to kick, and if they're going to do anything, they have to pass. Because it is unfair to have a guy like Sims, who is launching himself at a player to defend him, but at the moment the ball leaves his hand, and just because he's got his back turned, it's now a penalty or a bin.
Yep. Well, it shouldn't have been a binning.
It shouldn't have been a binning.
It
was ridiculous.
Excuse me, I ranted about this a little while ago.
Well, I'm on your side now.
You know what? Because in the old days, the halfback used to stand 15 metres back to get the ball.
Yeah.
Now they stand in the line, and if they get hit, it's a penalty.
That's right.
It's
and
a win.
It's
And no offence, and it's a win-win for a halfback, isn't it?
So are we now saying that you're not allowed to tackle a halfback?
Pretty much. Give me yellow shirt like they do in the juniors.
Because that's really where we're going.
Fair income.
I mean, I looked at that 5 or 6 times. There's no way that was late.
Agree.
That only had just left his hands.
Agree.
And that happens 10, 20 times every game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But because it's a halfback with his back turned, who runs into the line.
And Reynolds has got a profile as well.
Well,
and he's had a rib injury, so I think that's probably added to it.
But I honestly don't believe Sims
I'm not
sat back
defending him.
and said, he's got a rib injury, I'm going to hit him.
No, but I wonder whether the judiciary, or whether the bunker
that would be my mentality, mate. You go out there injured, you take advantage of it.
Exactly, and every coach will tell you the same thing. If you go out there injured, expect to get hit.
If you've got a number on your back, then you expect.
But honestly, I'm so sick of these sin bins because of the late hit on a player who is known to run into the line.
I know, it's frustrating. I'm agreeing with you. Damn it.
You agree.
Brian's rant. I hate it when. No, it's not fair.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable at the moment.
Why?
They're agreeing with each other.
Are you agreeing?
They're agreeing with each other.
Steve, come on, agree.
Yeah, we don't
I
agree
didn't think
that
it was a
often.
bin. I didn't think it was a bin. It was a penalty.
It wasn't even a penalty.
I thought it was a penalty.
No, if it was a penalty, it was a bin. Seriously, it was. Because that says...
What about the second one?
Oh, the second one,
he should have got more than he got. He should have got more than he got.
The second one where he hit the guy bounced his head off his shoulder.
Oh, I see. So he bounced his...
He tried to headbutt his shoulder and it went...
That's a Dragon's defence. He bounced his head off my shoulder.
Yeah, I don't like that that's a binning anyway.
Well, binning or not, I reckon he deserved more than a week.
Well, see, I don't think so. This is my problem. You stand...
No, you have a lot of problems.
You stand 6.5 feet tall and a 5 foot bloke runs into you. Where's he supposed to hit you? If he hits you on the shoulder, if he runs into your shoulder, sorry, you're suspended.
Oh, no, but he cocked his shoulder.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did. He braced his shoulder.
Yeah, well, what? You're going to let a bloke run into you without bracing?
Well,
no, I don't think so. I reckon just hit him harder.
Contact with the head. So.
All
right, let's go on.
Wait, breaking news.
Quick. And I've just gone to Origin 3. What's the news?
Breaking news?
I don't know. Oh, here, right, yeah. Well, I refreshed my page. I wasn't looking at it.
Okay, so this is not Origin 3 news?
No.
Do you want to say it?
Breaking news.
Only.
Brandon Smith, 3-match ban for
that
calling
all?
a referee a cheating beep.
Is that all? Beep.
Yeah, beep. I'm not using that kind of language.
Yeah.
I don't use that language.
No. Is that all? 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
That's so soft. That is soft.
Is.
So if you can besmirch a player's sexuality and get 5 weeks, but you can abuse a referee and get 3.
Yeah. Doesn't
Go
make any
figure.
sense.
They have not supported the referees in that, and that will open the door to...
Yep.
Well, they said they were going to clean up the match review and the judiciary this year, and it's been no better.
It's been no
better.
Worse.
All right.
All right.
That's disappointing. Gentlemen, Origin
3.
Did you want to talk about anything?
Oh, only that I'm pumped. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
It'll be a good game.
I'm ready.
You bet.
I'm ready. One thing worries me. So, New South Wales have come in red hot. Big win. Unchanged team. They're ready to go. It's at Suncorp. That's a worry. Munster's out. That should be a plus for us. Please don't take your foot off.
But
Please
New
don't
South
take your
Wales have
foot
been
off.
beaten by understrength Queensland sides
I know.
many a time.
Please don't take your foot off.
Yeah.
Just grind those slimy toads into the ground.
So Saifidi, is he going to come off the bench? I can't remember. Have you got,
No, I haven't got the team up there.
Okay.
Why? Yep, we're all frantically looking now.
Well, I'm not. I was about to move on, but if you guys are frantically looking,
I'm frantically
by
looking.
the time everyone sees the show, they'll know it anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yes, he's coming off the...
Off the bench.
Oh, he's coming into the starting side.
Oh, because Polo's been in the starting side.
Well, the rumour is that they're going to start Paulo ahead of Safidi.
That's what I thought they would do.
But Safidi's got the number 8.
Okay.
Well, he always comes off the bench for
All right, let's move on, gentlemen. And we are going to go to Thursday night's game. And, hey, isn't it exciting? We've now got Origin out of the way. All the buys are out of the way.
It'd be Friday, wouldn't it?
Oh, Friday, sorry. Got all this stuff out of the way. Now we're just back to 8 games a weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of hard ones this weekend too.
There is. It starts with North Queensland and Cronulla Sharks. Should be a good game.
Cows will win that.
Yeah.
Provided Dearden... I'm a bit worried if Dearden gets injured. So they've already said they're going to rest Val Holmes.
Right.
And the back rower with the leap.
Nanai.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a bit of an understrength Cowboys, but...
I still think if they rest them, there'll be enough for the Sharks.
Well, the Sharks... What, the team that put Melbourne away last week?
But
Like I said, I wasn't overly impressed with the Sharks last week.
Nico Hines and the big fella with the hair's back.
The fellow with the hair?
Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Tony Rudolph. Yeah.
Okay.
The big fella with the hair.
Oh, yeah, their pack's a monster.
All right. Brian, Sharks, Cowboys.
Cows.
Seriously, you just went through all that.
Yep, we agreed it was going to be the Cowboys.
Okay. Friday night again.
And you?
Cows, I said.
Right.
Eels and Warriors.
All right, let's not talk about anything. Eels.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Oh, I want you to tell me why.
Oh, the Eels have got the Warriors measure.
Yeah, okay.
How could they not have the Warriors measure? I must admit, I'm a little bit concerned. They've brought back Jake Arthur.
Jacob Arthur.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Right.
He's on the bench.
I think they're looking for a little bit of lift.
Spark.
Yeah, a bit of spark.
Yeah, so reckon Mitch Moses is going to get a bit of a break during that game?
No, but you could bring him on as 5'8", you could bring him on as hooker. You could do it.
Jacob Arthur is hooker.
No chance.
He could play dummy half.
He's got to get down 2 stories to actually get to the ball.
He could be dummy half, please.
He's about 80 kilos ring of web.
Roosters and Dragons.
Yeah, Chooks will win this one.
Oh, jeez.
Jared's back.
The Dragons were so bad against the Broncos. And the Roosters are going to have Matt Lodge on the field at some point, which is going to be awesome for all of us people that think Matt Lodge deserves a second chance. I think the Roosters have to win, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they need to win. There's no doubt about that. It's the Central Coast. We've got a really lousy record at Central.
Well, that's right. I'm on the Dragons. They don't win in the Central Coast.
I think if you don't beat the Dragons,
we're finished. Yeah, we're probably finished already. If you look at the teams above us, they're not going to lose too many.
Another 2 teams that have gone for the year: Manly and the Newcastle Knights.
Oh, you're a hateful man.
4 points. Manly will win.
Manly will win.
Have you noticed that these 2 games, and then next week, Roosters play Newcastle and Manly play St George, and then the week after, you 2 play each other.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, 4
Sort
points.
of throw in that little bit of wisdom.
Good on you.
So Manly, yes.
Can you make sure that Hargraves and Packer belt the living tripe out of them?
Hargraves and Packer.
Lodge.
Yeah, Lodge. Sorry, yeah, belt the living tripe out of them. Thrown a few elbows. There's a couple of suspensions as well. That'd be awesome.
You can't win. Team can't win on its own merits.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you're on Manly?
Eagles.
Go and say it. Manly of the night, Steve.
No, I'm going Eagles.
Of course you are.
It's not helping your
Closet
jersey
closet
wearing
supporter.
at the end of
No.
the season.
No. All right, let's go on to
Goodness.
Titans and the Broncos to round out Saturday night.
Training run.
Yep.
Broncos by a lot.
Yep, agree.
By a great deal. Yeah. All right. Sunday we start with the West Tigers and the Panthers.
Yeah.
Ditto. See last game.
Wait. This is the problem. Edwards, May, Tago, Robert Jennings, Charlie Staines, Kurt Fallis, Sean O'Sullivan, Mitch Kenny,
So
Chris Smith, They're resting all their Origin stars. That's how convinced they are they're going to demolish this shambles of the Tigers.
But they could lose this game and still have a 4-point buffer for the. So
they won't lose. I mean, and the Tigers still haven't dropped Luke Brooks. He's halfback this week, and Jackson Hastings is playing lock.
I told you weeks ago they're not going to drop him.
If they need to drop him, he needs to be motivated to go to the Dolphins.
All right, let's go on to Melbourne Storm and the Canberra Raiders.
Wait, Steve, are you on the Panthers, by the way?
Well, because they're having so many players out, I got to say I lean to the Tigers.
You're kidding.
Please pick him.
I lean to the Tigers. Okay, Melbourne Storm and the Raiders.
I'm gonna go the Raiders.
Really? At Storm at home?
Yep.
After 2 losses?
Yep. I'm going the Raiders. I know the Raiders are outsiders, and I appreciate that, Munster, Hughes, Pappenhausen, Grant will all be in the team. I'm still going the Raiders.
Yeah, I can't go past the Storm.
No, I can't go past the Storm.
All right, suit yourself.
Hate saying
But I tell you what, lately I've been backing the Storm. I never, unless the Storm are playing South, I never back against the Storm. But I tell you what, I'm starting to have my doubts.
The Storm were woeful against Manly, and I thought they would turn it around against the Sharks.
And they didn't.
They were worse against the Sharks.
Yep.
So, what team turns up? And to round out the weekend at 6:15 in the evening, it's the Bulldogs and the Rabbitohs.
Go the doggies.
Please. Okay.
The Rabbitohs.
Okay. I'm going Tigers. You two.
No
go the
chance.
Dogs.
No chance am I going the Dogs.
No, Rabbitohs.
I'd love for the Dogs to get up.
Oh, look,
but
I haven't been moving my thing. So you've upset me now.
yeah, the Rabbitohs should win that one, shouldn't they, Steve?
They better.
Wouldn't it be funny if they lost?
No.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious.
No, it
I
wouldn't
think
be.
it would be great. I'd love to see that happen. Have you got the Fantasy League teams up, by the way, Steve?
I do.
Because I'm in 4 comps, and I lost one of my comps by 3 points.
Do you want to go to that?
Sure.
You are now. So Robbie's randoms are 24. Glizzy of Doom 22. Grinner's 20. Fitzmagic 18. You dropped a spot.
How can I drop a spot? I beat Glizzy of Doom.
Yes, but I think you're throwing against his killing. McManly's on 18. Roy's Crocs. Again, I lost a narrow one by about 30.
I beat Glizzy. I beat second place. I'm happy. It was a buy round. I know, Hayden, you didn't have anyone in your team, but I beat you.
I tell you what, next year I'm going to be better.
Yeah, I say that every year. Next year, I've got the system worked out. Next year, I'll be better. I'm not.
All right, and let's go to the footy tips.
Oh.
Gentlemen, the three of us are very disappointing when it comes to the footy tips.
So what's the order of the three of us? Because we don't
what?
we don't appear on that page.
No, we are so far down, it's so funny. So you're in 13th.
Yes.
He's in 14th, and I'm in 16th.
Oh yes, a win! Hooray!
Oh man, how bad are we?
Stop the comp. I can only go down from here.
The comp has got nothing to
Who's
do
on
with
top? Oh,
us.
Seto's back on top.
Yeah, I said and
Jeez, he gives me heaps
Saint
when he's winning. He gives me heaps.
What do you mean when he's winning? He's been winning almost all
No,
year.
Saint Mick was up there for a
Didn't
while.
you say he's going to eat all your food tomorrow night?
Yeah, bit of a state of origin do at my place. Steve isn't coming. He's Nigel.
Seriously,
I don't have any friends, so
seriously. We're offering you friends.
Yeah,
You
but
just
I
have to
don't
say
want them.
yes.
I don't need friends.
Oh, I just want to eat chicken wings, drink beer, and watch football.
I just want to watch football. I don't want the wings and the beer.
Oh, please.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, enough said.
So
There you go.
you're all welcome round Brian's place.
Yes, and the address is...
Oh, I don't think my wife would be happy.
You don't want to put out a Facebook invite.
Is she happy or is she happy now about the number of people that are coming?
Let's say yes.
How many
people are you expecting?
Well, not many.
How many?
I don't know.
How many?
I don't know, maybe 10.
You don't even
You
have
got that
10
many chairs?
seats?
Yep.
Okay. I was going to ask, do I have to bring a chair?
Might be wise.
No, we've got chairs. It's okay.
Yeah, but they're comfortable chairs.
None of my chairs are comfortable.
Okay. I guess that's another reason I'm not coming. So, anything you want to end the show with? Anything intelligent you want to end the show
Yes,
with?
Nathan
Okay.
Cleary will be the third New South Wales halfback in history to take a game-deciding third match by the scruff of the neck and win it for the Blues at Lang Park.
By how many?
I'll be happy for a 1-point win.
Yeah. It'll be tight, I think.
You want to end the show with anything?
6, I reckon 6 points will be a comfortable win, I think. Go the Blues.
Go the Blues.
Look after Teddy.
Go the Bunnies. All right. Thank you for watching. You've been watching what?
Okay. You've been watching NRL from the Sidelines with Brian, Tom and Steve. Thanks for listening. Check out the Facebook page.
See you next week. Don't listen to Steve.
Bye.